better than anything else. So, can't really say what it's going to be other than it's going to rock.
Okay, I'm not expecting a specific answer on this, but just as a clarification of something another site actually ran. I saw an article that they were paraphrasing what Paul was talking about with the guild banners, and it was like the play as you want approach to the point that it's like talking about sticking heads on the banners and sticking heads on guild halls and stuff like that. Was that just assumptions, or was that actually official Mythic word?
It's something that would be really cool, but it's not set in stone. Nothing. I mean, with the guild system, nothing's set in stone.
And is there going to be level limits on items as well as just the racial and class limits?
Don't know.
With the no bind on pickup and no bind on equip, will you guys have any system to remove items from the world, or will there be like a durability on items?
In Camelot, we used the durability because in Camelot there was no real bind on equip or bind on pickup, except for like specific class quest rewards. Like you went through your epic quest series at the end whenever you maxed out level, and you got your epic set of armor. That was marked as no trade for you. But I could see us doing something like that in Warhammer, but it's not definite yet. There will have to be something to take stuff out of the game.
Any updates on the crafting system?
No, that's still a ways down the road.
Is there any core differences between the low tier equipment and the high tier equipment other than cosmetics, like more trophies on it or something like that?
Well, the trophy slots are character based, not equipment based, so it won't affect that at all. But I mean, stat wise, it'll affect a lot. Just overall better equipment. I mean.
To what extent will items affect the gameplay? Will there be bound spells in certain items, like out of the lore of Warhammer, or will there be any rare magical items at all?
Pass.
Fair enough. Will there be a collectible? Will there be like a bonus for collecting a set number of set? Like so much you get a special bonus, another set you get another set of bonuses.
Also pass, no idea.
Will there be potions or food used in Warhammer Online?
I don't think we've gotten into food yet. I mean, it's something that's been done in just about every other game that's come out recently, so it's definitely something we'll have to consider, but I mean, it all depends on how it fits the Warhammer lore, and I mean, it's all about war. It's not about sitting down, having a loaf of bread and a jug of milk.
Well, there's the dwarves and their beer, but yeah, they regen pretty fast right now, so it looks good. Is collision detection changing? Because right now the humans and the Black Orcs and everyone have about the same size collision box.
It's something that we're definitely going to have to fine tune once we get into beta and we have several thousand people running around. I mean, right now we have a couple hundred, and I mean, we can see the effects of it on a very limited basis, but once we have, you know, tens of thousands of people running around on a server, it's going to be a lot more apparent how it needs to be tweaked.
Will it be possible to trigger several attacks subsequently by binding them into one command or macro? Like cast one spell, cast another spell, all in one button press.
I want to say no. I don't know for sure. We already have a macro system in place, but I don't think we can do that yet.
All the class abilities appear to give the exact amount of information in regards to range and action points, but when it comes to damage, it's only like strong or heavy or basic. Will they be listing like specific damages in them also, or will it stay very generalized as it is now?
Something we're going to have to look at down the road. See, again, beta feedback, how people respond to what it's like,
and probably one of your favorite questions, because I'm sure it pops up 100 sometimes, but just Mythic official word, stick is removed.
From PvP or from PvP?
That is the last thing we said, apparently.
Is it going to be in PvE or, I mean, for friendlies?
I haven't heard anything further than what was in that interview.
And will autoface be in then?
I believe it already is. I mean, we've said in the past that if you cast a spell at a target, you'll face that target. Or if you auto-attack something, you'll face it. As far as I know, that's still the case.
Will you be able to add any defenses to the city via crafting or any other means, or will it just be the set ones that are put in by the developers?
Like I said, we haven't got into crafting really at all yet.
Will we be able to see RVR battles with large amounts of players on both sides, like 50 plus people?
We certainly hope so. I mean, there is open field RVR, and there are objectives in the open field.
How about with the scenarios?
Scenarios are going to be instanced, and we haven't set a number yet. That's something else we're going to have to evaluate during beta. I mean, what number range we can.
Do you have any idea what you guys are comfortably running in the house right now for server range?
Right now, most of the scenarios are. The one here is. I want to say it's set up for 6 versus 6, but we've been running 4 versus 4. But I mean, they're all going to be different.
What rewards can people expect from winning a scenario? And will the win-loss affect the zone in other ways, like unlocking quests or areas or zone-wide buffs?
Depends on the scenario.
Any more details on the negative impact of death? Will they be cumulative? If you die multiple times in quick succession, will you get a negative debuff stack like in Dark Age of Camelot?
Haven't gotten into the death penalty much, but we don't want it to be an unfun factor. I mean, dying sucks, granted, but we don't want it to say, okay, I died. I might as well quit for the night.
And we know that players can't join a scenario, but if they leave midway through it, will they be replaced by a Dog of War?
Undetermined yet.
On the last page here. Players.
I don't feel like I've given many answers so far.
Yeah. But yeah, no worries. It's always good to have some time with me. Players leaving scenarios early will see a loss and it's inevitable. Will it be a common problem? Is it a common problem in multiple MMOs? Will it be any news on how you counter it?
I mean, we can't really keep somebody from pulling the plug on their modem or powering down their computer because they're on a losing side. We just. Our main goal is to make the scenarios fun enough that even if you're losing, and they're short enough, I mean, they're like 10, 15 minutes, so.
Yeah, they seem very focused on, no matter what, you can't really delay the game. Like you saw in other games, like you can go and sit and there'll be a 4-hour-long match or 15-hour-long match because someone will just turtle the entire game. With this, I saw you grab a ball, you run around, whoever gets the most points eventually in the end wins.
Right, I mean, it's very short, 10, 15 minutes. It's, small, the size is right for the number of people, so you're not running across this huge map trying to find the fight. I mean, it's all about the fun factor, and we hope that they're fun enough that people won't want to quit, even if they're losing. They're having fun.
And speaking of that, with the ones that we played here at the demo machines, it would maybe take 2 minutes to run across the entire map top. So there'll be ones that are far bigger than that, or is that the general size you're shooting for?
There'll be some that are bigger, there'll be some that are smaller.
Mythic has stated that you are unable to, as a higher tier player, to go back and attack lower tier players, but will you be able to go back and do quests to help out, like take the zone at all? Or are you basically completely locked out of going back?
You can go back.
You just can't attack other players?